Namaskaram, Sadhguru. Sadhguru, you've been talking a lot about inner engineering and we will come to it a little later. But I'm going to start with the most superfluous. Does Sadhguru have a phone?
Of course.
Oh, you do use a phone?
That's my office.
Okay. And it is not a distraction in your hand?
No, it's a tremendous tool.
Wow, nice.
And because of the phone and particularly WhatsApp and Signal, I don't go and sit in the office at all for years. It's all on the phone.
That's brilliant. I want to ask a little bit about, we've talked a lot about artificial intelligence these days, but there is also natural stupidity, right? So when Sadhguru accosts some stupidity, do you lose your cool? Do you lose temper? Do you get angry?
That means I should be angry all the time.
But you don't lose your cool?
That's what, if I lose cool looking at stupidity, I must be losing my cool all the time, because it's all over the place.
Fair point, fair point. And for us, Sadhguru, most of us here, we have this little imp on the shoulder all the time, talking into our ear, do this wrong thing, try to earn more money, don't focus on health. Does Sadhguru ever have those moments?
I never earned any money, so I don't have those problems.
Some other bad thing into your ear?
Sometimes I may die of exhaustion.
Okay, and of course you handle a little bit of that backstage, but how do you really handle criticism? You are a bundle of contradictions in a way, a biker, a yogi, a mystic who dances, a person who never liked temples. So there is a contradiction in a normal human brain, because seers are supposed to be renunciating and away.
They saw those calendar images of constipated people who were sitting with that look of constipation on their face. But you look back on the history of this civilization, the sages and seers danced and sang, and all our saints are singing saints or dancing saints. Shiva himself danced. So it is not about whether you should dance or not dance. The thing is about exuberance of life. It may find expression in so many ways. Well, for Krishna you say he's a Parthasarathi. Somebody chose him as a driver in a battlefield. He must have been very good. I'm very good too on the road.
Yes, yes. So, Sadhguru, talking of Shiva, I'm extending the contradiction question here. You talk about…
Your photographers tells me, don't smile. And I don't smile and that makes me look so dead serious, and now you think that's how a mystic should be?
No, I certainly don't… I don't agree with the picture, yeah.
He says, don't smile. Now, this is how… see, it's like this.
He wants a hot version of you.
No. Everywhere there are pictures of Vivekananda, the Hindu monk, Hindu misspelled by the South Africans. One day, poor man might have been standing like this. Now everybody thinks he was always like this, all right? So that was one pose somebody got. So that's not how it was, they all lived their lives. Because photography was not like nobody had a cell phone, there were only one or two pictures of their life, and you think that's how they were all their life?
Sadhguru, you make a very good distinction between religion and spirituality, and yet, when you look at the Isha consciousness and a little bit of shades of a lot of Shiva and Shakti there, so you have a principal deity. So how do you really bridge this contradiction again? In my mind, may not be a contradiction at all though.
It is not, because what you call as Shiva and Shakti is only a cultural expression of two fundamental aspects of physical creation, which is masculine and feminine. We can just call you a female, or we can call you by your name. If we have some love for you, we will call you by your name, and one name is not enough, we will call you by a sweeter name. If you have something… If you have something, what's your name now?
Prerna, that's
Prerna. If we know you very well, we'll call you Pri, all right? Why? Because of involvement. If we have no involvement, we'll say this female. So this is what masculine and feminine means. Because of our love for those aspects, we call it Shiva and Shakti.
So one last question, Sadhguru, before we go I told you we'll get to the intense later, and that intensity is about death. And I know that you talk a lot about that. And
There's
there
a
is
book on death.
yes, I'm aware. And so, do you think humans can control the time of death?
Not control, they can determine to some extent.
They do. They can.
It's not about you determining death, you're determining life. See, your last breath is life or death? It's life, isn't it?
It's life before death, I guess.
No, even now life is before death only. See, what you call as death is not a different phenomenon. As we are sitting here, we can say we are living. But another way of looking at it is we are dying. One day the process will be complete. Right now we are dying, or we are not.
Yes.
We are. Because foolish minds have made the word death a taboo, we don't want to say it, as if you don't say it, it won't happen. Believe me, it'll happen. I will bless you with a long life, but you will die. Is that okay?
I'm not afraid, Sadhguru.
It's not a question of fear. I'm asking, even if I bless you with a very long life, you still die with the blessing,
Yes, yes.
all right? The idea is to live well. We are only negotiating time. We are never negotiating death. Whether I should die or not, there is no negotiation. Whether I should die today or tomorrow, that's a negotiation, isn't it?
So, Sadhguru, what is that ring that you wear in your foot? It has some relationship… No, there's a metal ring that you wear
That
in…
is a shackle.
Yes, I want to know about that shackle.
Why do you shackle people? So that they don't run away.
Yes, so where are you trying to run away from?
Because when I was doing certain type of work, my energies became very wanting to go away. So, held it down. So someday when you see me without this ring, you must know that in the next 40 days I'll be gone.
No, we would never want to see that.
Yeah,
And
someday it'll happen.
Sadhguru, it's amazing having talked to you about the spiritual part of the journey. And I want to tell our viewers that every time even in the passing when I listen to a phrase called "save the soil," I walk on this planet a little lighter. There is something that changes in me, and I think that is where the awareness begins. Thank you so much, Sadhguru, for this time, and seek your blessings for everybody. Thank you.